The coffee hadn't even cooled in her cup yet. She slid it across the kitchen table, the smear of coral lipstick marking the rim like a brand, and smiled, soft, sweet, as if she were offering me dessert after dinner. "I wouldn't wait up tonight," she said, her tone light, almost teasing. "I've got a date." I blinked, unsure if I'd misheard her. But she didn't flinch. She leaned back, her chair creaking slightly, and stirred her coffee again. Odd, since she never stirred it twice. She always said overstirring ruined the flavor. She let the spoon tap against the side of the mug with a sharp clink, her smirk curling wider. "Don't be jealous." Sat there, frozen, not because I was speechless, but because something inside me went deathly quiet, like a clock stopping mid-tick. In that second, it was as if time split open and I could see every version of myself at once. The man who packed her lunch every morning. The one who spent an entire weekend hanging those ridiculous string lights in the backyard because she saw them in a magazine. The fool who once chased after her in the rain for 3 blocks just to return a dropped earring. She watched me, studied me, with an expression that almost seemed rehearsed, like she'd practiced it in the mirror. She wanted a reaction. She craved it. Maybe she wanted me to yell, to throw the mug, to break. Instead, I stared down at her coffee, still steaming. The cream swirled inside like a soft storm. And I said the first thing that came to me, quiet and sharp. "Good," I muttered, my gaze steady. "Tell him thanks for tightening the bed frame." It was squeaking. Her breath hitched. Barely, but enough. Her pupils flinched, her fingers slipping. Her spoon clattered to the floor with a hollow metallic sound. The smirk vanished. Her face drained of its false warmth. She knew then. He knew. I didn't say another word. I stood, walked upstairs, locked the bedroom door. Not from fear, but because I needed silence. And in that silence, clarity settled over me, cold and precise. This wasn't sudden. This wasn't some impulsive mistake. Had been planned, rehearsed, normalized. And the worst part, her coffee was still hot. I didn't sleep that night. Didn't cry either. I just sat in the hallway, staring at the door she once decorated with dried lavender and pressed flowers, wondering how many things I'd missed along the way. The quiet wasn't peaceful. Sliced through me, surgical, exact. That was when I realized. My home wasn't a home anymore. It was a stage. And I'd been the only actor who didn't know the play was a tragedy. By morning she was gone. No message. No scribbled note. Not even one of those sticky notes she used to leave on the fridge. Just the faint scent of her perfume lingering. Spicy, unfamiliar, haunting. I brewed coffee out of habit. Poured 2 cups before catching myself. I stared at hers, then dumped it down the sink. I didn't want to snoop through her things. But there it was. Her leather planner. Half open, resting on the seat next to mine at the table. The same planner she guarded like treasure. The one she joked even the FBI couldn't crack. But that morning I cracked. First it was mundane. Meetings, brunches, yoga classes I knew she never actually attended. Then something odd. A steakhouse napkin tucked between the back pages, a place we'd never been to together. Scrawled in red ink. Same room. Same time. Wear that thing I like. No name. No initials. Just that, and her lipstick mark beside it. I read that line over and over, my breath shallow, my hands trembling. Not from anger, but from grim certainty. This wasn't a fling. This was routine. Organized. Casual enough to jot down on a napkin like a grocery list. I took a photo of it. Closed her planner. Placed everything back exactly as I found it. I wasn't going to confront her. Not yet. That would have been too easy. She returned that afternoon, humming some song I didn't recognize, swinging her bag onto the hook by the door. She smiled. Asked if I wanted Thai for dinner. I said, sure. She smiled even brighter. She had no idea. That night at dinner I played my part. I mirrored her. Chuckled at her stories, nodded at the right times, even touched her hand across the table. Her fingers were cold. But I watched her closely. The fake calm. The glances at her phone every minute. The subtle tapping of her nails against her thigh whenever it buzzed. That's when it hit me. Guilt doesn't always come in the form of tears or apologies. Sometimes it looks like over-smiling. Sometimes it's wiping down an already clean countertop just to avoid eye contact. Midway through her whine, she tilted her head. "You're being really sweet tonight. Did something happen?" I smiled soft as silk. "No," I said. "I just figured you deserve to feel appreciated." She blinked. That slight, almost imperceptible glitch in her composure. She was waiting for the explosion. But I wasn't giving her one. I let her relax, lull herself into thinking I was still her predictable, passive husband. After dinner she cleaned up. Humming again. That same damn song. I watched her reflection in the microwave door. How she moved, how carefree she looked. She thought she'd won. She had no idea. The next morning she left early, suitcase in hand. Said she had a board meeting. I waited until she was gone before sitting at her laptop. She never changed her password. Our anniversary and her old high school mascot. Pathetic. Inside nothing suspicious. Until I checked her email trash folder. There it was. Hotel booking confirmation. Bellevue Hotel. Room 314. Friday night. Dinner and dessert. I didn't even flinch. Finally I had the time and place. Friday arrived like molasses. Low. Icky. I watched her get ready. She curled her hair, packed a dress the color of deep wine, one I'd never seen before, and spritzed perfume behind her ears. Twice, not once. She kissed me goodbye. I waited 90 minutes before I left. I parked behind the hotel and waited. At 5:42 p.m. I saw her. Laughing. Laughing like she hadn't in years. With a younger man, confident and polished. His hand was on the small of her back. She leaned into it. At 6:10 p.m. I walked up the stairs, calm and silent. I stood outside room 314 for several minutes listening. Laughter. Clinking glasses. Murmured words, followed by her high-pitched giggle. The same sound she used to make when she still loved me. I didn't knock. I didn't burst in. I simply slid an envelope under the door. Inside were two things, the photo of the napkin and a printout of her hotel confirmation. No words. No threats. Just proof. I didn't go home. I drove to a 24-hour diner, ordered burnt coffee, and sat alone for hours. By the time I checked my phone, I had 8 missed calls and a string of frantic texts. The last one read, "We need to talk. Please." I didn't answer. I let her panic. When I returned home near midnight, she was waiting on the couch, still in that same wine-colored dress, makeup smeared, looking small and terrified. "Can we talk?" she whispered. I didn't speak. She launched into her rehearsed lines. "It wasn't serious. I felt trapped. I didn't mean to hurt you." She cried in all the right places. Just listened. When she finished, I calmly unfolded the napkin she'd tossed the night before. "You left your print," I said softly. Her face crumpled. "You were never going to tell me," I continued. "You were going to keep laughing at your phone. Keep coming home smelling like someone else. Keep drinking my wine." Her voice cracked, desperate now. "I made a mistake, but I love you. I still love you." I didn't flinch. "Do you love me?" I asked. "Or do you love the comfort I provide?" She couldn't answer. Then I dropped the final blow. "I called your mother tonight." Her eyes widened in horror. "She'll be expecting you," I said flatly. "You'll stay there. I'll pack your things and deliver them." "You're kicking me out." "No," I said calmly. "I'm reclaiming my peace." Her jaw quivered, but she didn't fight. She left in silence an hour later, dragging her suitcase down the hallway. No apologies. No goodbyes. Just gone. But I didn't feel triumphant. Felt unhooked. 5 days passed. Cleaned the house. Donated her clothes. Bought new sheets. She wasn't finished, though. Friday evening my phone rang. Her name, Dana, flashed on the screen. Answered. Her voice was soft. "Wheat. Big. Hey. I've been thinking. I know I hurt you. But I miss us. I miss you. Silence from me. I'm not seeing him anymore, she added quickly. It wasn't real. I was just lost. Still I said nothing. Her voice sharpened. You can't throw away 15 years over one mistake. That word again. Mistake. I finally spoke, my voice steady and low. What do you want, Dana? A pause. I want to come home, she pleaded. We can fix this. I'll go to counseling. I'll do anything. I nearly laughed. Now she wanted to repair what she'd burned. There's no home to come back to, I said. What? She snapped. You gave up, I replied. I just finally noticed. Silence. Then she lashed out. So that's it. After everything I tolerated from you, your anxiety, your pathetic jobs, you're dumping me. I didn't flinch. She kept going, her voice venomous. I chose you, Lionel. You think anyone else would put up with your spineless, soft act? I didn't react. You didn't choose me, I said simply. You settled. And then you punished me for it. Her breath caught. And click. She hung up. I sat there in the quiet, knowing she'd call again. But this time I wouldn't pick up. She'd never hear from me again. And that silence, that was mine to keep.